a week after Queensland opened its borders to New South Wales and Victoria, the Palaszczuk government has lost control of COVID-19 monitoring. Despite a promise to subject all Queensland visitors to day 5 COVID-19 tests, Sky News can reveal tens of thousands had not had swabs taken.
It was a solemn Palaszczuk pledge to protect Queenslanders, announcing that double-vaxxed visitors from the hotspots of the southern states would all be tested for COVID on the 5th day after their arrival.
And secondly, all arrivals from domestic hotspots must get another COVID test on day 5 when they get here, and there'll be penalties applying if you don't do that.
The government says 163,000 have flown or driven across the border since last Monday. The highest number travelled on Monday, with 23,000 counted by 10 a.m. But according to Queensland Health's own figures, only 14,666 people were tested for COVID on Friday, and that included the daily average of 12,000 Queenslanders. Just a week into the new job, the Chief Health Officer, Dr John Gerard, was lost for answers on how thousands of visitors could avoid testing despite the Premier's promise.
Why is it that thousands of people who have arrived here since Monday have not had a COVID test?
Well, we are relying on the people to do the right thing in terms of getting that test, and I think Queenslanders will get that test.
And we're talking about people travelling to Queensland. That was a condition imposed on them by the Premier, by the Health Minister, with the threat of quarantine and penalties. Do you think thousands of people will be willing to take that risk by not getting the COVID test, or is the system just not coping?
The system is capable of testing the required number of people that have crossed the border. There has been detailed planning for this, and we are relying on the goodwill and the consciences of those people who have crossed the border.
Are you suggesting those thousands of people who have not been tested, according to the instructions from the Premier, according to the law outlined by the Health Minister, are deliberately breaking the law and risking quarantine and penalties? Is that what you're suggesting? And if so, what are the chances of their detection, of their punishment?
I think it's too early to say how many of them are going to be tested. Let's see in the next few days.
And this was the Health Minister last week assuring Queenslanders they would be protected by strict conditions imposed on visitors.
But of course the important step is adding that new test at day 5 after you return to Queensland or you come to Queensland.
But today the Chief Health Officer confirmed not one of thousands failing to have the day 5 test had been fined.
How many penalties have been issued?
As far as, no, there have been no penalties issued as far as I'm aware.
The Premier said on December 6th that if they don't get the COVID test done day 5, penalties will be issued. Was that an empty threat?
Look, we're relying on people's honesty and the fact that they're going to do the right thing.
Although Queensland Health claims to have COVID testing happening at full capacity, there wasn't a soul to be seen at this normally busy drive-through clinic operated by a private pathology company.
The Queensland Police Commissioner has admitted she was unaware of two 17-year-old Sydney boys forced to wait on a crowded street in Surfers Paradise for more than 4 hours before they went into quarantine as close COVID contacts.
So people are walking past and they're completely unaware that you could well be carrying COVID.
Yeah, there's hundreds of people walking past us. It's a Saturday night and we're out here waiting for a cab to pick us up.
Although the boys had tested negative on Friday, they will still spend their end-of-school holiday in quarantine after a friend tested positive. Adam Walters, Sky News.